A new life in Adelaide is the dream on Wanted Down Under in 45 minutes. First on BBC Two, this is the stuff of nightmares.
Today's 9 players are preparing for the show where just one of them will be taking home the prize money of up to £10,000. The rest will leave with nothing, as their teammates vote them.
£1,000. They don't know each other. However, if they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 8 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Louise, I'm 33, I'm a graphic designer from South East London.
I'm Bob, I'm 55, I'm a local government officer from Roe Island in Cumbria.
I'm Paul, I'm 28, from Newport in Gwent, and I'm a forklift driver.
I'm Helen, I'm 28, I work for a recruitment consultancy and I'm from County Durham.
I'm Khalid, I'm 18 years old and I'm an A-level student from Birmingham.
I'm Jeanette, I'm 55, I'm a part-time secretary from Pool of Muckert in Clackmannanshire.
I'm Grumble, I'm 49, a bin hygienist from Heanor in Derbyshire.
I'm Jill, I'm 66 and a retired college lecturer from Ninehead in Somerset.
I'm Renee, I'm 34, I'm an exhibition manager from Warwickshire.
Now the rules. In each round the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £1,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Bob. Let's play the weakest link. The first question is for £20. Start the clock. Bob, by what name was Daredevil motorcycle stunt rider Robert Knievel better known?
Evil Knievel.
Correct, Paul. In the human body, the shoulder and what H have a ball and socket joint?
The hip.
Correct, Helen. In fashion, are jodhpurs named after a town in India or Egypt?
India.
Correct, Khalid.
Bank.
In the animal kingdom, the name dromedary refers to what type of humped animal?
Camel.
Correct, Jeanette. What is the first name of Einstein, the physicist who won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921?
Albert.
Correct, Granville. A millennium would be celebrated after how many years?
1,000.
Correct, Jill.
Bank.
In sport, what P is another name for table tennis?
Ping pong.
Correct, Rennie. In TV, what's the name of the drummer on The Muppet Show?
Gonzo.
Animal. Louise, in geography, what M is the name of the indigenous people of New Zealand?
Maori.
Correct, Bob. In the traditional children's game of the same name, which animal is in the middle?
Piggy in the middle.
Correct, Paul. In science, is water deemed to be hard or soft if it has excessive levels of calcium and magnesium?
Hard.
Correct, Helen. Which C is a decorative craft work created by looping yarn or thread with a specially hooked needle?
Crochet.
Correct, Khalid. In film, the surname of Holly Hunter's co-star in The Piano is Harvey what?
Williams.
Keitel. Jeanette.
Bank.
In what country was the politician Neil Kinnock born and educated?
Wales.
Correct, Granville. Is the state of New Hampshire on the east or west of the USA?
East.
Correct, Jill. Did Michael Jackson release the album Dangerous or History in 1995?
Dangerous.
History. Renee. In food, what K is the Turkish word for roast meat?
Bank. Pass.
Kebab. Louise, in the animal kingdom, the black molly is a species of what animal, a bird or a fish?
Fish.
Correct, Bob. In art, what P is a drawing or painting material consisting of a stick of colour made from powdered pigments mixed with gum?
Pastel.
Correct, Paul. In Australia, which is further west, Perth or Canberra?
Perth.
Correct, Helen. In the fairy tale, who was as white as snow, as red as blood, and as black as the wood?
Snow White.
Correct, Khalid.
Bank.
In food, what tea is an open pastry case usually filled with fruit jam or custard?
Tart.
Correct, Jeanette. In the animal kingdom, does krill live on land or in the sea?
The sea.
Correct, Granville. In chemistry, what O is formed when most elements react with oxygen?
Pass.
Oxide. Jill.
Bank.
Which flour-based batter is often traditionally served with roast beef as a side dish?
Yorkshire pudding.
Correct. Renee, complete the title of this 1988 film starring Bob Hoskins. Who framed?
Roger Rabbit.
Correct. Louise,
Bank.
what N is the name given to the egg of a louse or other parasitic insects?
Nip.
Correct. Bob, In the James Bond film, who appeared as a Bond girl first, Ursula Andress or Honor Blackman?
Ursula Andress.
Correct,
Bank.
Paul. Which M is an embalmed body from ancient Egypt?
Mummy.
Correct, Helen. Time is up, and in that first round, you only answered 5 questions incorrectly, and you won £500 out of a possible 1,000. The question is, who is least likely to bear any increasing pressure and less time? Who would you be better off without? Who is already looking decidedly slow, perhaps even stupid? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Answering all his questions correctly and gaining £350 for the team, Paul is the strongest link in this first round. The weakest link is Rene, who was the only player to answer most of his questions incorrectly. But so early on in the game, will the rest of the team have noticed?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Khalid.
Jill.
Rene.
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 Granville.
Rene.
Rene.
Khalid.
Paul, how was it for you that round?
Okay.
Confident?
Could do better, hopefully.
Why Rene?
I think he had a bit unlucky with the questions.
Oh, right. So you were a bit lucky with the questions, were you?
A little.
Right. Granville, why Rene?
You got 2 questions wrong, and he also banked instead of passing.
Right. Rene,
Yes.
how do you think you did?
Horrendously badly.
Yes, we particularly liked the answer to what K in Turkish is the word for roast meat.
I know.
And you thought bank, did you?
Yeah, and I lived in the Middle East.
Did you? Right. Well, you've said it all. Statistically, you're the worst player. And with 5 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
The question I'm most annoyed about was the question regarding the Turkish meat starting with the letter K. It's obviously a kebab. I've lived in the Middle East for 10 years or so. I've had more kebabs than I've had fish and chips, and I still got it wrong. I think the person who will be voted off next is Khalid. There's too many questions that he won't have the answer to purely and only because of age difference.
Round 2, you've won £500 so far out of a possible £1,000. 8 players left. We are now taking 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Paul. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Paul, pedicures are beauty treatments for which part of the body?
Toe.
Feet. Helen, I'll accept that. Helen, in classical music, what French word do English audiences sometimes shout at the end of a performance if they wish to hear more?
Encore.
Correct, Khalid.
Bank.
If you were staying at Butlins in West Sussex, which English town would you be in?
Skegness.
Bognor Regis. Jeanette, in food, which beer is an open fire on which meat and vegetables are cooked often outside?
Barbecue.
Correct, Granville. Complete the title of the following 1970 Frederick Forsyth novel, The Day of the What?
Jackal.
Correct, Jill. Which sea is a crustacean resembling a lobster and only found in fresh water?
Crayfish.
Correct. Louise, in geography, is the Isle of Dogs actually an island?
No.
Correct. Bob, what is the next number in the sequence 3, 7, 11, 15?
19.
Correct. Paul,
Bank.
what is the name of the largest bell in the clock tower at the eastern end of the Houses of Parliament?
Big Ben.
Correct. Helen, what is the common name given to a female domesticated breed of ox?
Cow.
Correct. Khalid, the 1968 album The Beatles is usually known by what name because of the colour of its cover?
Blue.
The White Album. Jeanette, in which country is the UK is Snowdonia situated?
Wales.
Correct. Granville, in aviation, what A is the name of the device used to keep a plane flying automatically?
Autopilot.
Correct. Jill, what electrically operated coloured traffic safety measure was first introduced in 1914 in Cleveland, Ohio?
Traffic lights.
Correct. Louise,
Bank.
which US state is further north, Nebraska or Montana?
Nebraska.
Montana. Bob, Which R is applied to the period known as the Golden Age of English literature between 1485 and the mid-17th century?
Renaissance.
Correct, Paul. Which 1999 film set in the 1950s starred Matt Damon, Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow?
Pass.
The talented Mr. Ripley. Helen, what tattoo did wartime Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill have, an anchor or dove?
Anchor.
Correct, Khalid. In food, what M is a variety of tangerine, orange and a form of the Chinese language?
Mango.
Mandarin. Jeanette, which American teenage pop singer had a massive hit in 1999 with Baby One More Time, which became the biggest selling UK single of the year?
Michael Jackson.
Britney Spears. Granville, which L is the common name of the shrub syringa, which has purple or white flowers in May or June?
Laurel.
Lilac. Jill, in the human body, what does the term tachycardia mean? A fast heartbeat or a slow heartbeat?
Fast.
Correct, Louise. In the Daily Express cartoon strip, Edward Trunk and Bill Badger were pals of which bear?
Rupert.
Correct, Bob. On
Thank
the World Wide Web, what country? Time is up. And in that round, you managed to put into your kitty £490 of the £1,000 you could have raised in that round. But who is looking dazed and confused, even bemused and bewildered? Who needs to go? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The strongest link statistically is Jill. The worst player is Khalid, who was the only player to lose money for the team. But will the votes follow the facts?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Khalid.
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 Louise.
Khalid.
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 Jill, why Khalid?
I thought he answered 2 questions incorrectly.
You didn't actually. He answered 3 incorrectly. Bob, why Khalid?
I think it was the moment when he thought that mango was a language.
Jeanette, why Khalid?
I thought he hesitated.
Right. Well, hesitated Khalid, thought mango is what they spoke in China.
I'd like to see you do better.
Well, it'd be difficult to be worse. We'll see if you could walk off correctly, get that right. With 7 votes, unanimously, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I feel quite gutted and embarrassed about being voted off so early. I would have liked to have progressed further on. I think the next person to be voted off is going to be Helen. She's beginning to hesitate, and the team are definitely going to pick that up. She's going to be going.
Round 3, you could have won £2,000 by now. In fact, you have in the kitty £990. You're down to 7 players. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Jill. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jill, who played a TV repairman who could travel back in time in the 1990s TV sitcom Goodnight Sweetheart?
Pass.
Nicholas Lyndhurst. Louise, which Welsh city was the birthplace of Dylan Thomas, which he celebrated in his poetry?
Swansea.
Correct, Bob. Which syrup made from the sap of a tree is a traditional Canadian product?
Maple syrup.
Correct, Paul. In maths, what P means at a right angle to?
Just pass.
Perpendicular. Helen. In the animal kingdom, is the emperor penguin found in the Arctic or the Antarctic?
Antarctic.
Correct, Jeanette. In education, what is the largest university in Britain, Cambridge or London?
Cambridge.
London. Granville. In 1988, Spurs broke the British transfer fee recorded by purchasing which player?
Paul Gascoigne.
Correct, Jill. In literature, Geoffrey Chaucer tells the story of a pilgrimage to which cathedral?
Canterbury.
Correct, Louise. Algernon Moncrief is a principal character in which Oscar Wilde play The Importance of Being Earnest or An Ideal Husband?
An Ideal Husband.
The Importance of Being Earnest. Bob, in religion, what T is the cardinal virtue which regulates the desire for pleasure?
Pass.
Temperance. Paul. In the 1964 film My Fair Lady, what did Eliza Doolittle sell for a living when Professor Higgins found her?
Flowers.
Correct. Helen. In the novel, was Lady Chatterley's lover a gamekeeper or a policeman?
Gamekeeper.
Correct. Jeanette. Who played the character Terry McCann in the TV drama of the 1980s Minder?
Dennis Waterman.
Correct. Granville. Which
Bang.
cartoon character lives at 1313 Webfoot Walk, Duckburg, Calisota?
Donald Duck.
Correct. Jill. In music, Papageno is a character in Mozart's opera The Magic What?
Flute.
Correct. Louise.
Bang.
Goodbye and Viva Forever were 1998 UK #1 hits for which girl group?
Spice Girls.
Correct. Bob. What sea is a confection made from spinning sugar?
Candy floss.
Correct. Paul. What nationality is ballerina Sylvie Guillem?
English.
French. Helen. In nature, is a lupin a type of plant or a species of bird?
Plant.
Correct. Jeanette. Little Boy and Fat Man were the nicknames of which bombs used for the first time during World War II?
Pass.
The atomic bombs. Granville. In literature, Mrs. Hudson was the housekeeper of which fictional detective?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. Jill. In the animal kingdom, does the aardvark originate from Africa or Asia?
Africa.
Correct. Louise. What was the name of Bambi's rabbit friend in the 1942 animated film?
Flower.
Thumper. Bob. In sport, what nationality was cricketer Don Bradman, Australian or South African?
Australian.
Correct. Time is up. And after all that work, you banked a miserable and embarrassing £200. Who is not firing on all cylinders? Let me remind you, there is no room for losers. The slow of thinking are a liability. If they can't stand the pace, let them walk. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Granville is the strongest link in this round, having answered all of his questions correctly and banking £100 for the team. The weakest link statistically is Jeanette, but who will lose out in the voting?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Paul.
Paul. Jeanette.
Louise.
Paul.
Paul.
Louise.
Louise, not much of a round for you, that one, was it?
No.
Why Paul?
Because I felt he hesitated and he got the questions wrong.
Right. Jeanette, why Paul?
I think he could have banked some money and didn't.
Right. You thought he was the weakest link, did you?
I did. Probably it was me, but I thought it was him.
Jeanette, it was
me.
you.
It was me, right?
However, it's votes that count. Paul, ballet not your strong subject.
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, statistically you weren't the worst player, but it's votes that count. With 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm very upset that I was voted off in that round. I feel that it was a tactical error on behalf of the team, and I think because I was the strongest link in one of the rounds that they should have voted for someone else. It's very nerve-wracking when you play the game. I think if I was ever in a war, I'd be glad that Anne Robinson wasn't there.
Round 4. There's £1,190 in the bank out of potential prize money of £3,000. 6 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. You now have only 2.5 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Granville. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Granville, in which South American city was the Earth Summit held in 1992?
Buenos Aires.
Rio de Janeiro. Jill, which Buckinghamshire town has a breed of duck named after it?
Aylesbury.
Correct. Louise, if you had Nellie Moser and Ernest Markham climbing up your wall, what kind of plant would you be growing?
Ivy.
Clematis. Bob, what sea is the name of the transparent membrane that covers the front of the eye?
Cornea.
Correct. Helen, in marine life, which H is the largest of the flatfish family?
Halibut.
Correct. Jeanette, which word can follow happy and witching to make new expressions?
Sorry, I don't know.
Hour. Granville, in the human body, which P is a gland found lying between the duodenum and the spleen?
Pass.
Pancreas. Jill, which TV game show has been presented by Bob Monkhouse, Max Bygraves and Les Dennis?
Ask the family.
Family fortunes. Louise, in which year was the State of Israel proclaimed? 1948 or 1949?
49.
48. Bob, a lodestone or piece of magnetic rock was an early form of which direction-finding instrument?
Compass.
Correct. Helen, in literature, which John was an English romantic poet who died at the age of 25 from tuberculosis?
Keats.
Correct. Jeanette, Theodore Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln are two of the US presidents whose image is carved into Mount Rushmore National Monument. Name one of the other two.
Eisenhower.
Thomas Jefferson or George Washington. Granville, in theatre, what P is the slang term used for stage properties?
Props.
Correct. Jill,
Bank.
which French singer had a hit in 1970 with Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
Sacha Distel.
Correct. Louise, which flowering plant was named after the French botanist Pierre Magnol?
Magnolia.
Correct. Bob, does the leader of the Giro d'Italia cycle race wear a pink or a yellow jersey?
Pink.
Correct.
Bank.
Helen, in science, what O is the name given to the study of the oceans?
Oceanography.
Correct. Jeanette, did Samuel Morse send the first Morse code message in the 1830s, 1840s or 1850s?
1840s.
Correct. Granville,
Bank.
by what name was Marilyn Monroe known before she officially changed it in 1956?
Norma Jean Baker.
Correct. Jill, in terms of population, which is the largest Scottish city, Glasgow or Edinburgh?
Glasgow.
Correct. Louise, what
Bank.
S is the acid contained in acid rain?
Pass.
Sulfuric. Bob. Time is up, and hardly a magnificent round. You banked a paltry £220. Who's dragging down the rest of you? Who sadly is too dense to stay? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Answering all her questions correctly and banking £100 for the team, Helen is the strongest link. Louise is the worst player, although she did bank money for the team. But will this save her from the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Jeanette.
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 Louise.
Jeanette.
Louise.
Granville, why Jeanette?
Well, I can remember again 2 or 3 questions wrong.
Right. You just got the 2 wrong.
Yeah, I had a
yourself.
bad start.
Helen, why Jeanette?
I just thought she got a couple of questions wrong.
Right. Louise, why Jeanette?
Partly because previous history,
Right.
earlier rounds was weaker. So I decided it was time for her to go.
Jeanette, your hobbies are knitting, not history or pop culture.
No, that's not my...
Or the English language. Perhaps a home crafts quiz would be suitable for
Yes,
you.
might be.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think I was living on borrowed time because I was the weakest link the previous round and this time I wasn't, but was voted off. So I think Louise will be voted off the next time because she got away with it in that round, but I think the other contestants are stronger than she is.
Round 5, team. Your total so far is £1,410, but if you'd hit your target, it would be £4,000. 5 of you left, another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Helen. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Helen, what nationality was the painter and engraver Albrecht Dürer?
Dutch.
German. Granville, in theatre, what P is the name given to the floor of the auditorium, usually below ground level, and now the place where the orchestra sits?
The Pit.
Correct. Jill.
Bank.
What G was the ancient region of Europe, which included present-day France, Belgium, the southern Netherlands, southwest Germany and northern Italy?
Gaul.
Correct. Louise, in which city and spa town on the River Avon in southwest England would you find the Royal Crescent and the Assembly Rooms?
Bristol.
Bath. Bob, in geography, Lake Ontario borders which state?
New York.
Correct. Helen, in the animal kingdom, the killer whale is the largest member of which family beginning with D?
Pass.
Dolphin. Granville, in art, Charles Burdick invented what implement that is used for spraying paint by means of compressed air?
Spray gun.
Airbrush. Jill, in geography, would you find the Arclinic line near the equator or the South Pole?
South Pole?
Near the equator. Louise, in UK politics, for which party was Peter Ainsworth elected MP for Surrey East in 1992?
Conservatives?
Correct. Bob, in religion, what is the name of the Christian church festival held 7 weeks after Easter?
Whitsun.
Correct. Helen, the American singer and songwriter Tina Turner was born in which decade, the 30s or 40s?
30s.
Correct. Granville, what was the nationality of the famous traveller Marco Polo?
Italian.
Venetian, but I'll accept Italian. Jill, in sport, who was in charge of the England team when Gary Lineker made his final international appearance against Sweden in 1992? Graham Taylor or Bobby Robson?
Bobby Robson.
Graham Taylor. Louise, in history, which Edward invaded Scotland and declared himself king in 1296?
Edward the Great.
Edward I. Bob, in government, in which year were the Departments of Trade and Industry re-amalgamated? 73, 83 or 93?
83.
Correct. Helen.
Bank.
In America, what type of sport is played regularly in Detroit at the Palace of Auburn Hills and the United Center in Chicago?
Baseball.
Basketball. Granville, to which group of islands do Herm, Jetu and Liu belong?
Channel Islands.
Correct. Jill. How many operas based on plays by Shakespeare did Verdi? Time is up. I cannot complete the question. And in that round, having got rid of 4 apparently weaker links, you managed to bank a pathetic £160. So another £1,000 target magnificently missed. Who's well past their best? Who needs to be dispatched without delay? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Bob was the only member of the team to answer all of his questions correctly, so he is the strongest link. Helen has gone from being the strongest link in the last round to the weakest link. But will her previous success save her from the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Granville.
Helen.
Louise.
Helen.
Helen.
Bob. Why Helen?
I think she got off to a bad start and didn't regain her confidence.
Right. Jill, how's it going for you?
So?
You just got the one question right.
Can't win them all, Anne.
No. You're not winning very many, actually.
I know.
Why Helen?
I just thought she was beginning to lose her confidence, and she did get a couple wrong this time, even though she's been quite strong in previous rounds.
Helen, you went from high scoring to hopeless, didn't you?
Most definitely, yes.
Statistically, you were the worst player, and with 3 votes, the rest of the team have decided you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm gutted because I had one bad round and everyone just seemed to turn against me. I think they were ganging up on me a bit because there were obviously 2 groups of 2 on either side and I was the one left in the middle. I think Louise will be voted off next because I think Jill and Granville are going to be voting for people on the other side of the studio.
Round 6, you've won £1,570 out of a possible £5,000. There are 4 of you left. We are cutting another 10 seconds from your time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Bob. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Bob, in science, which silvery white metallic element has the symbol Mg?
Magnesium.
Correct. Granville, in the USA, at which battle did General Custer make his last stand?
The Little Bighorn.
Correct. Jill.
Bank.
Lily Rose Melody is the daughter of Vanessa Paradis and which Hollywood actor?
George Clooney.
Johnny Depp. Louise, in which country would you find Botany Bay?
Australia.
Correct. Bob. Was the 1914 novel Tarzan of the Apes written by William Burroughs or Edgar Rice Burroughs?
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Correct. Granville. In what UK TV sitcom of the 1970s did Leonard Rossiter play an executive who fakes his own death to escape his mundane life?
The Rise and Fall of Reggie Perrin.
Correct. Jill.
Bank.
In politics, to which international organisation does the International Court of Justice belong?
The European Court?
United Nations. Louise, in the animal kingdom, Canada and barnacle are types of which bird?
Seagull?
Goose. Bob, the active volcano Mauna Loa is in which American state?
Hawaii.
Correct. Granville. Who did Liza Minnelli play in the 1972 film Cabaret?
Sally Bowles.
Correct. Jill.
Bang.
Which country won the Cricket World Cup in 2000?
South Africa?
Australia. Louise, in darts, how many points would you score if you hit 9, double 9 and then triple 9?
501.
54. Bob, who in 1989 was the first Soviet leader to visit the Vatican?
Gorbachev.
Correct. Granville, in classical
Bang.
music, the Wigmore Hall is a concert venue in which British city?
Manchester.
London. Jill, according to the title of the Shakespeare play, the character Proteus was a gentleman from which city?
Verona.
Correct. Louise, which
Bang.
former actress is now a member of Parliament for Hampstead and Highgate?
Clinton Jackson.
Correct. Bob,
Bang.
who was Andrew Lloyd Webber's songwriting partner on such musicals as Jesus Christ Superstar and Evita? Time is up. The answer was Tim Rice, and in that round you did slightly better. You put into your kitty £260, but the clock is ticking away. There is less and less reason to hang on to anyone who is coasting or dreaming. Be ruthless to be rich. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Once again, the only player to answer all of his questions correctly was Bob, so he is the strongest link. Jill answered most of her questions incorrectly, so she is the weakest link. But will her teammates vote her off?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Jill.
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 Louise. Why Jill?
Because in that round she was probably as weak as I was, and I can't vote for myself, so.
Right. Bob, why Jill?
Why Jill? It was a very difficult decision. I think Jill just edged it.
Right. Jill, the team have decided you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I feel very disappointed that I was voted off, but I think it was quite close between myself and Louise. I think Bob will be the winner because his breadth of knowledge is very wide. He comes across as being very confident, very sound player.
Round 7, and of the £6,000 you could have won by now, you have put into your kitty 1,830. So we're hardly wondering why you managed to be so brilliant. 3 of you left, another 10 seconds coming off the clock. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Bob. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Bob, in marine life, which M is a very small freshwater member of the carp family native to Britain?
Minnow.
Correct. Granville, what nationality was sculptor and draftsman Henry Moore?
British.
Correct. Louise, in
Bang.
film, which actor plays the part of psychopath Max Cady in the 1991 thriller Cape Fear?
Robert De Niro.
Correct, Bob. In astronomy, the distinctive row of 3 stars is known as whose belt?
Orion's.
Correct. Granville, the Mayflower Steps are a tourist attraction in which southwestern English city?
Plymouth.
Correct. Louise, in biology, what S is a carbohydrate consisting of glucose and fructose?
Sugar.
Sucrose. Bob, in film, in which country was Boris Karloff born?
Britain.
I'll accept yes. England. Granville, which U describes clothes made under wartime ration restrictions?
Pass.
Utility. Louise, what is All Hallows Day now known as?
I've passed.
All Saints Day. Bob, which supermodel was once engaged to TV magician David Copperfield?
Claudia Schiffer.
Correct. Granville, which former Conservative MP wrote the novels Cain and Abel and First Among Equals?
Jeffrey Archer.
Correct, Louise.
Bank.
In which US war did the Minutemen soldiers fight?
Pass.
American War of Independence. Bob, if a camera is advertised at £80, what will the price be after a 10% discount?
£72.
Correct, Granville.
Bank.
In art, what decorative style literally means new art and is characterised by curving, sinuous lines based on plant forms?
Nouveau.
Correct, Art Nouveau. Louise, in
Bank.
the human body, in which organ would you find the left atrium?
Lung.
Heart. Bob, whose album released on the 31st of October 2000 is entitled All That You Can't Leave Behind?
Robbie Williams.
U2. Granville, in which North African country can tourists touch down Skeins? Time is up. I cannot complete the question. And in that round, you banked only £140. Now, in round 8, you get the chance to treble what you bank, and that means in the next round there's £3,000 to be won. The question is, who's tripped up once too often? Who would be better off, tripping out and tripping home? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the third successive round, Bob is the strongest link with 5 correct answers. The worst player is Louise, who gave 4 incorrect answers in that round. But who will lose out in this final vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Granville.
Granville.
Louise.
Bob, why Granville?
I thought he just about had the weakest round of the three of us.
He didn't, did he, Louise?
No.
Who did, Louise?
Well, it won't be Bob, so it has to be me.
Is that why you're so pleased to vote off Granville?
Yes.
Ruthless, are you?
Absolutely.
Right. Granville, how do you think you did?
I think I only got one question wrong.
Yes, but there's nothing fair about this game. You weren't statistically the worst player, but it's votes that count. So with 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think Bob voted tactically in the last round. It was he said on the show that he thought it was close between myself and Louise. It was obvious Louise got more questions wrong. I don't think he wanted to face me in the final. I think Bob will win. He's been the strongest player all the way through it. Louise has been lucky in a couple of rounds that just a couple of players were slightly worse than what she was.
Round 8. By now you could have won £7,000. In fact, you have banked just £1,970. Louise and Bob, just the 2 of you left, and this time you have only 90 seconds, but whatever you win in this round will be trebled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. £3,000 is at stake in this round. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Bob. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Bob, in film, which mafia boss did Marlon Brando play in The Godfather?
Don Corleone.
Correct, Louise. In the animal kingdom, which endangered species of the big cat family is valued for the supposed curative and aphrodisiac properties of parts of its body?
Leopard.
Tiger. Bob, in which capital city's harbour is there the statue of Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid?
Copenhagen.
Correct, Louise. Which playwright, also famous for his poetry, wrote the play Murder in the Cathedral in 1935?
James Joyce.
T.S. Eliot. Bob, in pop music, Goodbye My Love and Needles and Pins were 1960s UK hits for which group?
The Searchers.
Correct, Louise. What was the name of the Mongolian emperor of China who succeeded his grandfather Genghis Khan in 1260?
Pass.
Kublai Khan. Bob, in Greek mythology, what S lived on an island and lured sailors to their death on the rocks with their irresistible singing?
The Sirens.
Correct, Louise.
Bang.
Which 1982 Agatha Christie film set on a luxury holiday island starred Diana Rigg and James Mason?
Pass.
Evil Under the Sun. Bob, with which sport would you associate the Australian Dawn Fraser?
Swimming.
Correct, Louise.
Bang.
Alec Guinness starred in a film version of which Charles Dickens novel in 1948?
Far from the Madding Crowd.
Oliver Twist. Bob, whistling and black-necked are species of which large water bird?
Swan.
Correct. Louise, in
Bang.
Star Trek, what was the nickname of Dr. McCoy?
Pass.
Bones. Bob. Time's up. You certainly didn't make it to £1,000. You didn't even make it to £100. You banked only 80. Never mind, we'll treble that and add it to the winnings from the previous round. That means prize money today of £2,210. But of course, only one of you can take that money away. So now you will be playing against each other head to head. I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So, Louise and Bob with £2,210. Let's play the weakest link. Bob is the strongest link in the last round. You have the choice of who goes first.
I'll go with what my mother said, ladies first.
Louise, in which 1961 hit song did Elvis Presley sing part of the lyrics in German?
Viva Las Vegas.
Wooden Heart. Bob, British physicist Sir J.J. Thomson discovered what part of the atom in 1897?
The neutron.
The correct answer is the electron. Louise, how many colours can be found on the Bulgarian national flag?
4.
Correct answer is 3. Bob, which H.G. Wells novel published in 1898 describes the arrival of Martians in Woking?
War of the Worlds.
That is the correct answer. Louise, in water polo, how many players from a team are allowed in the water at any given time?
5.
Correct answer is 7. Bob, in nature, what part of the flower is known as the corolla?
The petals.
That is the correct answer. Louise, you need to answer this question correctly to remain in the game. The Hall-Laval Pact in 1935 was designed to recognise Italy's invasion of which African country?
Ethiopia.
That is the correct answer. Abyssinia, I'll accept Ethiopia. Bob, if you answer this question correctly, you have won. So, for £2,210, which Scottish architect and designer's fame rests primarily on his designs for the Glasgow School of Art between 1897 and 1909?
Rennie Mackintosh.
That is the correct answer. That means, Bob, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £2,210. Louise, you leave with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
Bob voted Granville off in the last round, which really surprised me. But then when I thought about it, it made perfect sense because I was the weakest one, so it was best that I stayed for the last round instead of Granville.
I am really delighted to have won the game. It couldn't have gone better for me. I don't think I had a vote against me in the whole programme, and I'm very, very pleased, and I'm going to make the most of it.